word problems can be extremely overwhelming and stressful to a lot of people because what is really the math problem asking? Am I doing this right? Friends, I get you. I can feel your frustration with the math word problems, and that's why you're watching this video, and I have a technique that is really going to help you be able to master, or at least understand, any word problem that you are doing.
Welcome back to Purely Persistent. If you are working on your GED or HiSET or teaching students who are, you're in the right place. I'm Michelle, and for over 10 years, I've helped adult education learners pass tests and given teachers practical tools that actually work. So let's get started.
So yes, they can feel a little bit overwhelming. And that's okay. Acknowledging that is the start. But there's a simple strategy that I'm going to share with you that will make it much easier. So it's the W.U.C.S.A method. Okay, I know that's really hard to say. I can't even say it, which is actually why there's an acronym that goes with it that I'm going to share with you. So you don't have to remember those letters because they make no sense. And if you follow this technique every time, it's really going to help you as you answer word problems. Okay, so the technique, instead of the W.U.C.S.A, wait. You can solve anything. See what I mean? It's much easier than W.U.C.S.A. There we go, I got it. So wait, you can solve anything. And this is a technique or an acronym that I actually came up with my in-person students. So it's time tested and they absolutely love it. We're doing it on every single word problem. Okay, so the first step is wait. And that's going to be write down the numbers. So these are the numbers that are just showing up in the word problem. So simply take a little bit of time and write them down clearly and include the units. So whether it be dollars, miles, hours, whatever it has, write it down. Any numbers, write it down. This is going to help you organize your information. And we all know those pesky test writers sometimes include things that we don't need. And so by having it all down, you're going to be able to analyze what is necessary and what is not necessary. Okay, the U stands for understand the question. So what is the problem actually asking you to do? Maybe circle the key question that they're having and really look for those keywords, maybe total, difference, average. Usually it's going to be at the very end asking what the question is. And maybe even restate the question in your own words. C, or can, is consider the strategy. So what are you going to do? So what math operation fits with this problem? So maybe you're going to add, subtract, multiply, divide. What are you going to do? Maybe there's a formula, an equation. Maybe drawing a picture or a diagram is going to help you. Just what are you going to do? What strategy to help you answer this math problem? S, solve, right? Solve the problem. So this is where you're actually going to do the work. So you're doing the math steps carefully. You're showing the steps that you're doing. If you need a calculator, if you get a calculator, use that. And you're really going to keep your numbers organized. This is what a lot of students just dive into right away, and they forget those strategies or those tips before wait, you can. And then when it comes time to solve, they struggle because they are not exactly sure what they're looking for. They're not exactly sure what they're doing. They're missing numbers. So it's really important not to dive into the solve part, but to take a look at those other strategies before you begin. Anything is analyze your answer. So does the answer make sense? Okay, so let's say you have a word problem where you have a gallon of ice cream and, well, they don't make gallons of ice cream anymore, right? But let's pretend they do. So you have a gallon of ice cream and there are 8 people that are each going to eat from the gallon of ice cream. How much ice cream do you get? All right, so the answer ends up being 2 cups, but that's a lot of ice cream, right? That's a pint of ice cream. That's like a pint of Ben & Jerry's that each person is getting. But anyway, what if you had the answer that each person got 20 cups? Would it make sense that each person would get 20 cups of ice cream? That's a lot of ice cream. right? Whereas if you're doing this technique, you're stopping and analyzing it, that's going to help you decide if this answer is actually true or not. Now, we know that the people that write the tests, they're going to include the answer. So back to the ice cream, they might include 20 on there. And if you got 20 and you see 20, you mark it and then you move on and you get it wrong, right? So analyzing, does this answer make sense, is going to be really important in helping you with your math word problem. So maybe double check your answer. If you have any mistakes, fix those, and analyzing it, super important. So remember, wait is write the numbers. U is understand the question. What are they asking you for? C, consider the strategy. What are you going to do to solve this? S, solve, of course, solve the problem. And then anything is analyze your answer. Okay, so let's dive in and actually practice this. We have 2 practice problems that we're going to do together. So here we have a car travels 60 miles in 2 hours. What is the miles per hour? Okay, so first, wait. We're going to write it down, right? So we have 60 miles and 2 hours. Those are the only numbers that they're giving us. And then U is, well, we're looking for what is the miles per hour, MPH. Okay, can is, what is the strategy we're going to use, right? Consider the strategy. So here, we're going to divide, solve. All right, we're going to solve this. So we're going to go 60 divided by 2 equals 30 miles per hour. Now, let's see the anything. So analyze. So 30 miles per hour. Does that number make sense? Would a car drive 30 miles an hour? Yeah, it would, right? So yes, it makes sense. Now, if we had an answer that was maybe like 300 or 0.33, those don't make sense, right? So you really want to make sure it makes sense, which in this case, it does. All right, let's move on to a problem that's a little bit more challenging. Okay, a car rental company charges a flat fee of $25 per day for renting a car, plus an additional $0.15 per mile driven. Last weekend, a customer rented a car for 3 days and drove it 180 miles. How much did the customer pay for the rental? Okay, if you've ever rented a car, or maybe a U-Haul if you're moving, this is sometimes how they do it, right? Especially on like a moving vehicle. This is how they calculate it. So let's see about following our technique. So first is wait. So wait is write everything down. So here we have 25 miles per day, 15 cents per mile. We drove for 3 days and we drove 180 miles. So wait. U is understand what they're asking for. And here it's just right at the end of the sentence, or right at the end of the problem, right? So how much did the customer pay for the rental? So what is the total pay for the rental? Okay, can is consider the strategy. What are we going to do? So we're going to figure out the price per day plus the price per mile, or for the total miles, right? And then we're going to add them up, right? So here we have $25 times 3 days is $75. And then the mileage is 0.15 times 180, which gives us 27. So then we add 25 and 27, and that gives us $102. Okay, and then finally we have anything. Wait, you can solve anything. Anything is analyzed. So $102. Does that make sense? If you're renting a rental vehicle, is $102 maybe an amount that you might pay for a couple of days? Yeah. If it was $1,000, I would go out the door and not rent a car or rent a vehicle from that place, right? But $102, yeah, that makes sense. So friends, remember, wait. You can solve anything. So wait, write down the numbers. You understand the question. C, consider the strategy you're going to use. Solve the problem. And anything is analyze your answer. My friends, I recommend that you do this on every single word problem. By doing this, you're going to be much more likely to answer the problem correctly because you'll know what numbers there are. You'll understand what they're asking for. You'll be able to figure it out before you start to solve for it. So you'll make sure you're doing it correctly. You'll solve it, and then you're going to analyze, does your answer make sense? So doing this on every problem is going to be very important. My friends, of course, this takes practice. So practice, practice, believe in yourself. I believe in you. And you know, my math students, they came in so afraid of math, so afraid of word problems, and they're doing great. And if they're doing so great, I know that you can too. So believe in yourself, just like I believe in you, and I will see you in our next video. Peace and God bless you.